Item Number SCP-5312. Index Mother Rabbit. Object Class Neutralized. Special Containment Procedures. Having been publicly discredited as a hoax by embedded physicians and medical practitioners at King James Medical College in 1726, no further containment of SCP-3512 is required. The remains of all 6 instances of SCP-5312-1 have been preserved and are presently on display at Site-28's Biological Containment Wing. Image. Portrait of Virginia Croft, published in a British newspaper article in 1726. Description: SCP-5312 was an anomalous occurrence on 30th July, 1726, in the town of Guildford, England. On this date, 28-year-old widow Virginia Croft anomalously gave birth to a set of 6 juvenile, non-anomalous Oryctolagus cuniculus European rabbits, designated SCP-5312-1, all of which survived the birthing process. Croft, who had previously suffered 6 separate miscarriages, reported experiencing no symptoms of pregnancy prior to SCP-5312, although claimed that, roughly 1 month prior, she experienced a vivid dream in which she engaged in sexual intercourse with a tall, humanoid entity with leporine features, and awoke to discover a mature male rabbit sleeping on her abdomen. Mrs. Croft did not initially inform any other persons of SCP-5312, fearing social ostracization and accusations of witchcraft. However, 2 weeks later, on 12th August, local physician Dr. Gordon Whiteley witnessed Croft breastfeeding several instances of SCP-5312-1 outside her home, whereupon she confessed to the extra-normal circumstances of their birth. Although skeptical, Dr. Whiteley informed several of his colleagues at King James Medical College of Croft's claims, which included several of Britain's most prominent physicians of the time, receiving significant press coverage. This attracted the attention of His Majesty's Foundation for the Secure Containment of the Paranormal, hmfscp, who dispatched Dr. William Douglas in order to further investigate the incident on 14th August. Croft initially refused to comply with Dr. Douglas's attempts to examine her, necessitating the use of opiate administration. Examination confirmed Mrs. Croft's account of SCP-5312 to be accurate. hmfscp, Foundation Precursor Organization, active primarily in the United Kingdom and Ireland between 1719 and 1918. As this incident occurred over 2 centuries prior to the development of amnestics, His Majesty's Foundation instead focused on the suppression of public knowledge of SCP-5312. Mrs. Croft was offered a cash settlement in exchange for her making a public statement that the events of SCP-5312 had been an orchestrated hoax. Mrs. Croft refused to comply with this agreement unless all instances of SCP-5312-1 were returned into her possession, although by this point, all SCP-5312-1 had been transported to Facility Alpha for dissection and were awaiting further testing. Dr. Douglas instead issued a statement to King James Medical College, stating that no evidence had been found to support Croft's claims, and that, based on their interactions, Croft was likely to be suffering with grief-induced hallucinations following the death of her husband from tuberculosis in 1725. No further investigation was conducted into SCP-5312, and Croft was subsequently admitted to a private psychiatric institution, where she died of malnutrition in 1732.